Hey guys, so I'm here today to do a little mini review of the Maton EMD6 Diesel Special. I get a lot of questions about this little guitar at gigs, and so I thought I'd do my own little review. I've had this model for probably around 3 to 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. It's got a few little battle scars on the back and stuff, but it's Maton guitars are so durable and obviously sound great plugged in. First off, the thing you notice about this is its size. It's really small. At gigs a lot, I get the, "Oh, is that a ukulele, mate?" And I actually went and bought a ukulele with a pickup so I could use it live and be like, "No, this is a ukulele." Kind of like playing a knife with spoon. Uh, so yeah, you can see the difference. This is a tenor uke. We're going that way, and that's the body of the mini Maton there. So that's body size in relation to a uke, and a normal. I've got a Maton cooler bar from the 50s here, which kind of the colours go well together, and that's the size wise. Neck comparison is like that. So there's not much difference. They're both sitting on the floor there, so you'll see there's about, kind of the mini Maton's headstock goes up to about here on the old Maton. So, but yeah, that's a cool guitar. It's had some years of playing in it since I bought it. So, but yeah, back to the EMD6. It's like I said, it's a beautiful guitar. Obviously, it's made for live playing. You can use it as an acoustic guitar to record, but obviously that just depends what type of sound you're after. The original story behind it is, as I believe and remember, was Johnny Diesel, who's a great Australian artist. You should check out if you haven't heard of him. He also goes by the name of Mark Lazot, and he's done his earlier work with Johnny Diesel and the Injectors. He got given a travel guitar. I think the brand name is Morand by memory, from Sydney, a Sydney maker, and that was basically a travel guitar. Looked very similar to this. Basically asked him if he would put a pickup in it. One thing led to another, and Maton did the Diesel Special signature. Now, before I go on, I should say there is a cheaper model of this guitar. I'm not actually sure what it's called off the top of my head. It is part of the Mini Maton series, but it doesn't come in the vintage amber satin finish. I've got a friend that's got one of those guitars, and I'm not quite sure off the top of my head what the price difference is, but the guitars are a lot different, even in the body size, the feel, the neck, the pickups are different. It's not in the same ballpark, in my opinion, and obviously with pieces of wood, things change from guitar to guitar because it's a different tree in each guitar. So moving on, I guess the specs, I'm going to read them off the screen here, but we'll just pretend like I know them off the top of my head. So the soundboard is AA select grade solid spruce, Sitka spruce, sorry. The back and sides is solid blackwood. The neck is blackwood, the fingerboard is rosewood, bridge is rosewood, headstock is blackwood, outer binding is ivory, inner binding is herringbone. The rosette has a really cool little laser cut M around the outside. That's kind of cool. The finish I absolutely love is vintage amber satin, and it's great. It's got gold Grover Photomatic tuners, and the pickup is, if you haven't heard of this pickup, you need to look into it. It's the Maton AP5. It's a awesome pickup. I run that pretty much flat live, and it never distorts, it never does anything, it feeds back, and it sounds great. I've played with a lot of great players, most of them unknown, but just with phenomenal chops. They've outplayed me many a times, but the guitars have never actually sounded as good as this. They've just been able to play better stuff on it, in my opinion. So really, these things live just sound awesome. Get them through a big PA, when you hit it, it thumps, and it sounds great, and it's not gonna break at all. Being Maton. The other thing too, being majority of my gigs are solo. This guitar for an acoustic, takes pedals really well. In my rig at the moment, I've got I'm running this with a T-Rex trim boost, a Sansamp G2 for like a distorted tone, carbon copy by MXR, which is an analog delay. It's great. And I've got a tremolo, a Boss TR2, and an auto wire, and a couple other things in the making. But yeah, it takes them really well, and especially I've got a loop pedal as well, so the percussion of the on the body sounds really great. So I'll do some of those demos in the second half of this video, which is playing when I stop jabbering on. But yeah, I haven't really done much in regards to modding this guitar because it doesn't really need anything. You'll notice just there the signature, that's actual Johnny Diesel's actual signature. He signed at a gig he did in Canberra for me, so that was great to have a Diesel signature. I've obviously just put strap locks on it because I dropped it once and I wasn't really happy about that. My guitar tech that works on my guitars, he just put a little bit more of a groove in the end there near the tuning pegs, just so I could get a bit more of an angle when it was going into the tuning pegs, which it didn't have. Standard. In the future, I possibly plan to put some Spurzell tuners on this, just because I've got them on my Music Man and I love how quick and easy they are to change just and go. So yeah, I mean that's basically it. I've been lucky enough to travel to some parts of the world and play some really expensive guitars, badly some might say, and yeah, honestly, live, nothing beats this in my mind. You could have whatever, but I mean for the price range of this, which is roughly I think somewhere around 1,600 with a case. There is also a 12-string model which is pretty cool, and I think it's somewhere around 1,700. So it's an affordable guitar for the live sound quality that you get. I first saw this guitar when Keith Urban was using it in Wollongong in Australia, and it looked good, it sounded good, it was small, it was something different. I was just like, I've got to have that guitar. And then I went away and obviously researched it, found out it was Diesel's guitar, which I loved. Then I saw him using it in Melbourne, and so I just saved up my pennies and I bought it, and I've never looked back. I'll never need another live guitar. So I'm going to play some examples for you of this now, and if you've got any questions about the guitar, feel free to leave them below. I've also got some original songs and covers, which I use this guitar on in my YouTube channel. My name's Joel Harrison. I'll do some playing for you now, and I hope this was helpful.